Have you ever had to walk across a building just to log someone out of an Access database so you could run a backup or install an update? Or they left for the day without logging out and then your backup failed because the file was still open? Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about automatically logging out users of your Microsoft Access database after they've been inactive for a certain amount of time. We'll give them an "Are you there?" warning, and then they'll have a chance to stay logged in before Access closes itself. So if they're there, they click the little yes button. And if they're not there, well, Access shuts off. Today's question comes from Holly in San Jose, California, one of my Platinum members. She says, how can I automatically log users out of my Access database if they walk away from their desk or leave for the night? Sometimes the database is still open when I need to run a backup or push an update, and to make matters worse, sensitive customer information is left sitting on the screen for anyone walking by to see. I'd like Access to warn them and close itself if nobody responds. Well, Holly, for the last part there, for the sensitive information, I would enforce making sure that your users have a screensaver, like a Windows screensaver, so that if there's no activity at all for 10 or 15 minutes, at least their Windows workstation locks. But that'll still leave Access open in the background. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to have Access itself shut down if there's no activity for whatever period you specify, half hour, hour, whatever. Now, before we get into it, this is a developer level video. What does that mean? Well, we're going to need some VBA programming. If you've never done any VBA programming before, this is the place to start. It'll teach you everything you need to know in about 20 minutes to get started. You will also need my message box timer form. Now, if you haven't watched this one yet, this lets you open up a message box with a yes or no option on it with a timer that you can set. So this timer will start at 60 seconds or whatever you want it to be. Once this pops up in the user's face, they then have 60 seconds to say, yes, I'm still here. If not, this will return a no, and then your database will close. So this is definitely a prerequisite. Go watch this video first. And you'll also need my status box. Now, this is part of my Tech Help free template. Essentially, the status box is every time you want to, you can have a message appear in this box on the main menu. Right? I have this appear all the time when a customer opens a particular form or does something or needs something and you don't want it to pop up a message box, you can put it in the status box. Now, this is one way that we can determine that the user is still active. All right? Every time they do something like open a customer form or open an order, you can pop a little message in the status box that says, you know, customer 4 opened or order 15 opened, that kind of stuff. So that's one way we can track their activity. So go watch this video too. We're going to use my isFormLoaded function to determine if a form is open or not. And the second way we can track what they're doing is what form and what control are they on. So go watch my active form video and my active control. Because if they're still sitting on the same active form and active control they were an hour ago, chances are they might be gone. I mean, it's possible they're still sitting in the same field. Maybe they're typing in a real long note field, but I would say at least that'd be a good opportunity to pop up that message and say, hey, you still there? Are you still working on the same field for an hour? All right, so go watch all those videos. Those are all free videos. They're on my YouTube channel. They're on my website. Go watch those and then come on back. All right, so here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to, but you can put this stuff in any database. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a hidden form that has our countdown timer in it. You can set the countdown timer to whatever you want. I like an hour myself. An hour is like if I leave and forget and my database is still open, 1 hour that's about a good enough time. You don't want it to be too often. You can check every second, you can check once a minute, but remember, every time you check, if the user's doing something, that even a hidden form might still steal focus. And any of you who've done any VBA work in the VBA editor, when a form is open that has a timer running, you know that it steals focus, right? So we want to minimize that as much as possible. That's why I say set the timer to something really high, half an hour or an hour before it tries to steal focus and do its check, right? But let's build that form first. I'm just going to copy my single F, copy, paste. I'm going to call this my Are You There checker. Let's just call it the Are You There form. Are you there form? Okay. And this guy is going to run hidden in the background. So let's go into design view. We can get the fields off. Actually, I'm going to leave. Yeah, let's take the fields off. We don't need anything on this form. I'm going to put a label on here just for you guys to remind you that you can. This is the form with the hidden form with the timer event to check inactivity. Right? You can hide this later. And we're going to make it visible for now just so we can see what it's doing and what it's working. Okay? And that it's working. And we're going to save it and close it. And now in your main menu or whatever your startup routine is for your database, make sure you open this form. So I'm going to go into my main menu. I'm going to go into my onload event that I know I already have in here. Now I've got an event in there that loads the app window position. It just moves my copy of the database into the spot on my screen where I like to record my videos. But we're going to put in here a DoCmd.OpenForm. Are you there, F? Now, normally, you're going to come over here and go AC hidden. So that window starts up hidden. Okay? Why hidden? Because you don't want your users closing it. Because if that thing closes, then it defeats the purpose. And of course, you've got your database locked down, right? You follow my simple security video, right? We don't want users poking around in the navigation pane and opening and closing stuff that they shouldn't be or going directly into your table. So go watch this. All right, but I am going to rem this out for now. And we're going to open it just for development purposes. We're going to open it normally just so we can see it. Okay? Hide this form later so that your users don't poke around in it. All right, so save it, close it, close it. Now when you open up this form, oh, where is it? Oh, it's back there. Remember, the onload event actually runs before this form is drawn on the screen. So whatever happens in there happens before this guy gets drawn. So that was actually opened, and then this one opened on top of it. It's kind of weird. Move it down here, save it, and that way you don't have that problem again. All right, so if I close this and I close this, and we open it up. All right, we're good. It's in place. It's going to be hidden later anyways. You can turn off the record selectors and the navigation buttons, all that good stuff to format it however you want. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see it. Now, unfortunately, putting a countdown timer on here like we did with the message box timer is going to defeat the purpose because, A, you're not going to see it, and B, if this did have a 1-second timer on it, it's going to constantly keep stealing focus. So we don't want that. So this is going to have a really long timer in it. Okay, now you can set it manually here, right? But I don't like doing that. I don't like trusting this. I put my timer settings in my code. Now we're not going to put it in the code. We're not going to put it in the onload event for this form. What we're going to do is one of the ways that we're going to check for activity is using our status function. So I'm going to put this in the status function. Okay, so find the status function for me. It's in my global module. It's right there. It's real simple. All it does is add some text to a status box, right? And in here, I'm going to declare a constant called 1 hour, and that's going to be equal to 3,600,000. That's 1 hour. Remember, the timer event is dealing with milliseconds, right? So that's 1 hour times 60 minutes times 60 seconds times 1,000 milliseconds is 3,600,000 milliseconds, right? 1 hour in milliseconds. Okay. So if you want a half hour, 15 minutes, whatever. You can set it to whatever you want. All right. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to just check and make sure that form is open, because I know what happens. Sometimes, you, the developer, get playing with it and you yourself close it and blah, blah, blah. So we're just going to do a quick check. If not is loaded, my are you there F, then we're going to load it. So DoCmd.OpenForm, are you there F, and I'm going to leave it here, load it hidden later if you want to. This is mostly just for you because your users can't close it. So I've closed mine several times. Okay. All right. Now, every time status is invoked, we're going to reset that form's timer. Okay. So every status that happens, it's going to just update the timer. And if the timer keeps getting updated, then it'll never run to 0. The event will never run that opens up the "Are you sure?" Message box, right? And it'll never steal focus. So as long as you keep resetting the timer event never kicks in. That's the goal here. So we're going to reset the forms timer. We're going to say with forms are you there F, because we're going to do a couple things, and with, right? We're going to say dot timer interval equals 1 hour, right? Every time status is invoked, reset it to an hour, reset it to an hour, reset it to an hour, so it never gets to 0. Remember, it counts down. And we're going to also say dot caption equals last activity and now, so we can see what's going on. I want to put some other stuff here in a bit, but for now, this is good. Okay? Save it. Debug compile. Oh, what we got? Oh, is loaded. We don't have our is loaded function. Let's go to the code vault. This is the code vault on my website. If you're a gold member, you can get all this cool code from here. If not, start typing. Copy it to my clipboard. And we'll drop this in here. I'm going to put this in the Tech Help free template eventually. There's a couple functions that I use all the time. And usually for these short guys, I end up getting rid of that space there, just so it all sneaks up nice and quick and short. Okay, so now it should debug compile. There we go. All right. So now, every time status is invoked, it's going to reset the timer on that form. So now we just got to make sure we got statuses liberally throughout our database. All right, I'm going to close this for now. So hello world obviously does this, and then it loaded that form. See, and it's got the last activity, 7:26:05 p.m. So if I keep doing this, see, it's updating. So part of the way you can help this database is just throw a lot of statuses around. In fact, sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a form open function that I call, and every time the form opens, it calls that status. So in here, you can just do it right in the buttons if you want to, right? Status open, or status open customer form, or whatever. Throw it in your log event, whatever, right? Status opened customer list form, or you could put it in the forms on current event, right? You could do it in here, right? If you move from customer to customer a lot, right? Design view, come in here, event on current. Make sure it's not going to interfere with anything else, right? So you could say status viewed, and let's do NZ. Actually, let's just do customer ID. Viewed customer. I was going to do an NZ like first name, but in case I didn't have a first name. Viewed customer ID, and then customer ID. They have to have one of those, right? So now every time they move from customer to customer, it's just one more thing that's triggering a status. See, as I move through customers. And normally that'll be behind this window. Your user will never see it, but it's updating this status down here. Watch, see? Every time I move, it's updating. So you just want to keep this form getting updated in the background. There's lots of other ways. In fact, in the extended cut, I'm going to show you some other cool tricks too. Key presses, mouse moves, all that stuff. But for now, we're keeping it simple. And I think for most databases, just the fact that, opening a form or moving between records, or, opening a customer form, an order form, whatever, that's usually enough activity to keep this thing alive, right? And remember, they're still going to get a pop-up that says, hey, are you still there? And we're going to do that in tomorrow's video. So tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Or if you're a member, you can watch it right now, because I'm going to keep recording until I'm done tonight. And that's one of the benefits of being a member, is you can watch these as soon as they're posted. You don't got to wait for them to go public. But that's going to do it for your Tech Help video for today. Hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for part 2. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new to Microsoft Access, check out my Access Beginner Level 1 course. It's over 4 hours long, and it covers all the basics like tables, queries, forms, and reports. It's a great place to start, and it's also completely free. Members of my channel get extended cut videos, sample databases, access to my code vault, and full training classes every month. Click the join button for details. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Rost with AccessLearningZone.com. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.